All right, everyone, you should have received an email announcing that the Market Adjustment and Wage Standardization Committee data is available to view, and we will refer to the committee as the MAWS Committee. You can navigate directly through that email, or you can navigate to our website starting at the homepage. Once you're there, you will see a large MAW feature image. So if we could click on this just to go to there we go. Perfect. And now we can go straight to the MAWS landing page. So you will note on the right-hand side that we have a navigation menu. We recommend that you go through all the steps of this so that you have all the information you need. Start at the overview, work down through the message from President Linkletter, and work your way down. Currently, we are going through the occupation groups. Some of the classifications were very simple and straightforward to read, and some of the others are more complicated because of the sheer volume of classifications we're dealing with and the differences between them. Now, some of the groups received standardization. Some of them had market adjustments applied, and other groups had no changes at all because the wages already were standardized and market adjustments were not applied to them. Because of this complexity, we're going to walk through some of the classifications to help you navigate.
Thanks, Wayne. So we're going to start by showing you the occupational table on how to navigate your page quickly. Here you can find immediate info about your occupational group and see what happened to your group throughout this process. We want to walk you through 4 examples today on how to read the salary scales: dietitian, MRI, community, and mental health. We are going to start by navigating the dietitian's page directly from the occupational site. We have chosen these 4 to show you a range of what the tables look like and how to read them accordingly. So here we're going to the registered dietitian. Now I'm just going to start off by going through the header. So just so everyone understands what all these, because we do have some abbreviations in there. EO stands for employer organization. So you have NHREO, Northern, SHEO, Shared Health, and then you have Winnipeg Churchill Regional Employer Organization. Next is the classification. So as you can see, the registered dietitian standardized and all the other ones that are listed underneath it. Some of the classifications do have site listed there as well, and some do not. BHA is base annual hours. And as you can see, they are noted there below. And just a reminder for everyone, these did not change throughout this process. So your annual hours will not change as a result of either standardization or market adjustment. So as we can see, the top is the registered dietitian standardized. And when you look through all the classification and salary scales down below, that was the one most occupied throughout this classification. So that became the standardized wage for dietitians. As you can see, there are some that were below or some close to it, and they've all been standardized to that registered dietitian standardized rate. And again, this date goes back, these wages go back to April 1st, 2023. As you can see, dietitians through the market adjustment received an additional 5% market adjustment, and your new wage that is effective April 1st, 2024 is listed there as in bold green as well. MRI technologists, both the senior and charge, were 2 of the classifications where standardization occurred between these rates to ensure a minimum 5% differential. So as you can see, when we look at the senior MRI technologist standardized, it is different than the current rates underneath it. And that's where the 5% is being applied. The minimum 5% is being applied as that top line in green. As you can see also, MRI technologists receive market adjustment, and that's highlighted in the bold green as well underneath there. And the similar when we go to charge, there were some small variations on the scales, but that standardized is to maintain that minimum 5% between senior and charge, and then also market adjustments being applied. And now we will move on to the community tab.
Thanks, Tanya. The occupational groups titled Community, Mental Health and Addictions, and Social Work were really a fairly complex mixed bag when we started out this process. We had various job titles between different employers. We had varied rates of pay, huge differences, people doing similar jobs. So to start with, the employer created classification groupings to help us categorize the various job classifications. These classification groups are really a new title that then the classifications are slotted into below. These classification groupings were based on, a lot of it was based on the job requirements and the responsibilities that were being held. So we're going to use an example of a regional community health developer. So you can type that in above, or you could scroll down the chart to find your employer classification. They are listed in alphabetical order to help make it easier. And that will then allow you to find the classification group on the right that you will click on to find your new salary scales. So when we click that, it goes down to the Health and Social Services Program Development / Support. That's the what they're calling the classification grouping. That includes these 5 classifications down below. Now, again, just as Tanya explained, we have the employer organizations, we have the classification titles that you currently have that aren't changing, and the site that these are out of, as well the base annual hours. Now you can see with the regional community health developer, they will be moving to the new standardized rate, which was starts at 36.71.1 cents and tops out at 51.647. So they will be being moved up. This rate was developed through making sure that there was a differential between it and the classification group that was below it. The standardized rate will go back to April 1st, 2023. And then a 3% market adjustment will be applied as well. And that'll be applied April 1st, 2024. Each one of the new classification groupings in the community occupation has a grouping description to help show why these classifications were slotted where they are. If you feel that your classification was slotted incorrectly, we would like you to reach out to us by emailing info@mhcp.ca. While we went over all the job descriptions, that doesn't mean that a mistake can't be made. So we would like to hear. In this classification, I do want to point out that while we have some classifications that are being standardized up, we also have an example of a red circle after the market adjustment is applied. And you will see, so it would only be for people on step 8 or in the 20-year step that are being red circled. And they will then stay at their current wage until others have caught up. This is the same as community. You're going to need to find what classification grouping your current classification falls into. So you can go in alphabetical order to find it, or you could use the search function. So we're just going to type one in here. And we're using the Adolescent Mental Health Counselor. Their site is MATC. Their new standardized wage is listed at the top. One thing of note is the new standardized wage does have more steps than their old standardized wage. They would be moved up to the standardized wage April 1st, 2023, and then a 3% market adjustment applied April 1st, 2024. Again, at the bottom of this classification would be a description of why they were slotted into this. Where your classification is slotted, ensure that the description matches to what you're currently required to do, and if an error has been made, to contact us at info@mhcp.ca. Hopefully this overview will help you to see what your standardized wage is or the wage after the market adjustment is applied.
Thanks, Wayne. Now that we've walked through a few of the tables as examples, we have two important forms that we want to show you. First off is the retro pay form that the employer has provided. So as you can see, it is on the navigation bar there. Access the employer retro pay forms. There will be two forms. One if you've changed employer since April 1st, 2023. So transfer to a new employer. And also if you've retired or left. So if you know anyone who has left or retired, please let them know that they are, eligible to receive money. And again, as Wayne stated earlier, these forms go back to your employer. Important to note, can't stress it enough, these forms do come with a deadline, and the deadline to apply for retro pay is November 5th, 2024.
So for months now, we've been telling you to hold off on putting in wage-related proposals for the current round of bargaining. Now is the time for you to put in wage-related proposals. We've developed a form for you to use, and it's very easy to use. Start by clicking on the button that says click to submit your wage proposal, and the form will come up. At this point, I'm going to hand it over to Tanya, and she's going to fill in the form for everyone to see.
Perfect. Thanks, Wayne. So as you can see, very easy to use. We're typing in all the information that's required there to submit a proposal. And these are just in case we need to contact you for any clarifying or in the future, or if we have any questions about your proposal once it's submitted. So the first proposal I'm going to do here today is, it's not a wage increase per se, but I would like to increase my annual hours of work. So I would like to increase my annual hours of work from 1885 to 2015. Click it all off, and now we're going to submit it. The next proposal I'm going to submit as an example is regarding, I do want a wage increase. I'm going to put in my current wage. I want to do my proposed wage. And then as you can see below, which comparators did you base the increased wage on? And we have a few links within this form for you to access collective agreements from our provincial counterparts. So Ontario, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and BC. So I've gone and looked up at a few of them. Done Alberta, Ontario, Saskatchewan, and I'm going to put in their wages. And basically, I would just like to be aligned with my provincial counterparts across Ontario West. If there are any supporting documents, the bargaining committee appreciates those immensely. It provides evidence and proof when we present to the employer. You can upload those. And once I click the I have read and agreed to the above, I'm going to hit that magic button, submit, and there it is.
So we've clicked on the link to show you the various collective agreements you can look at to find comparators to your current classification. When we're putting forward a proposal to the employer, we can't simply ask for, well, we want more money because we deserve it. We need why you deserve it. We know you do deserve it, but we need comparators as to why. So show us what your comparators are making in other provinces. Show us how your workload has increased. Show us that you're doing more or that your scope of practice has increased. We need reasons for the wage increases. That will help us at the bargaining table. That'll resonate with the employer. If you have any indication of vacancy rates, that also is a great reason. Thank you for listening to our presentations. We hope that they have helped. We encourage you to look at the frequently asked question tab. There are many questions that we have answers for on there. If you have other questions that aren't on the frequently asked question tab, please email us at info@mhcp.ca. The question will be sent to the 4 MAWS Committee members as well as your LRO, and you will receive a response from the LRO. At this point, I'm going to hand it over to Tanya for closing remarks.
Awesome. Thanks, Wayne. And again, this was, a very complex process. We know there's a lot of material to absorb in this video. So please take the time to go through. Again, any questions, please feel free to reach out. That's what we're here for. Again, as Wayne indicated at the beginning of this, a huge thanks to the other 2 committee members, Keely and Kevin. A huge thanks to our president, Jason Linklater, for his behind the scenes to really get this done so there was no delay to bargaining. To last year's bargaining committee for the fight they gave to get more money into this fund. Thank you. To this bargaining committee who we cautiously told them we may have to pause. Thank you for your patience. To our incredible staff, the LROs getting questions, to the admin support, correlating all the job descriptions, ensuring that we had the information when we needed it to do the work we needed to do. Thank you. We really do have an awesome team here at MHCP. To you, the members, as you can see when we're presenting some of those scales, people have been paid lower than their counterparts, some for many years. And it finally is getting rectified through standardization. This is a process we've been dreaming of for a while now for some of our groups. Market adjustment, we know it doesn't go far enough. This is the task that lies before us in this round of bargaining. Any questions? info@mhcp.ca. Thank you.
Thank you.